now.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about your book.
You talk about your stuff. We pushing you.
Set it up. That's why you here. But I'm talking about people that I admire and that I respect.
Okay.
Doing great stuff. So that's what I've been doing all day.
Okay.
All right. All right. People a minute to set up these tags. So it's loaded now.
That's fine. I'm trying to go on Amazon and see if I can pull it up. That's fine. There you go.
This is about to be fun. I got the boss lady on. My new pastor of Orlando.
What up?
my boss right here.
Yes. I just downloaded my e-copy.
Oh, come on now. Appreciate you. Y'all come on in the room. Y'all want to hear this conversation. I know some of y'all been rocking with me all day long. Y'all been hearing entrepreneurs. Y'all been hearing mayors. Y'all been hearing just amazing thought leaders. But listen, it's warming up now.
All right, we ready.
Party getting hot now because I got my spade partner on tonight.
That's right.
Y'all come on in the room. Listen, you do not want to miss any words that's getting ready to come out of this lady's mouth. She is a boss. She is my leader. She is an author. She is a coach. She is a trainer. She is a mom. She is a two-man. She is everything. So y'all come on. Y'all come hear this.
Get on.
Let's see. Let me go over to Instagram. Instagram, what's up? I'm on Facebook Live right now with the Shameka Daniels. Y'all need to come over here to hear what's getting ready to come out of her mouth. She's going to bless you. She's going to help you. She's going to show you how to arise. So come here to my first lady. Laquan say, boss lady, the best.
Hey, Laquan.
He was on. He was partying with me earlier.
Oh, yes. They're rocking with you.
Yeah, everybody been showing love today. I appreciate everybody. Marion Parrish, I see you. What's up? DeMarco Badger. Hey.
Yes.
Come on, Miss Carolyn. Miss Carolyn been getting all this education today.
Come on, Miss Carolyn.
About to take hospitality to another level. She's getting all these business and leadership principles today.
Yes, she is.
She's been rocking with us from day one. Papa, what's up, man? Rain. We got the West Hampton crew on tonight.
All right.
Anita Little, hey, how are you? Anita Little says, hey, First Lady.
Hey.
I'm waiting a few more minutes, then we
all right. I was trying to see if it's a way we can both can I connect in too live, but I don't think we can do it together.
I think you Share it. Oh, there you are. I see you.
Yeah, but I can't. I was trying to do it where I could make my audience.
All right. I was trying to see if it's a way we can both can I connect the two live?
The other one. You got to mute.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out now.
I'm sharing it in a bunch of different groups so everybody can learn about my first lady.
Yeah, I can't. It won't let me do it. I was trying to share it live. I can do it. I can share it with all my friends. All right, it did it.
Hey, where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to college? What college did you go to?
University of Southern Miss.
University of Southern Miss. Well, where Mississippi at?
Let's see. Yeah, okay, I was able to share it with all my friends too.
Sweet. All right, y'all. We getting ready to get started. I know a lot of y'all will watch this later, but I do not want to hold up. Whenever you have a boss on the line, you don't keep them long. You let them come in and do what they do, and you respect their time. So I'm excited. Hey, Valerie Moore. What's Valerie? I was just in Houston. I was hoping I was going to see you in Houston. Bishop Vaughn, John Vaughn.
What's up, Bishop Vaughn?
All right, lady, let's get it. Let's conversation. So I was saving the best for last. I've been on all day having different conversations. This is my virtual book release party today. I'm celebrating because the book is on Amazon today.
Yes.
It is available today only for 99 cents. You can get the ebook today. Go get it right now. Go get it right now.
Yeah, I got my copy. See right here. I just downloaded mine. Get yours.
There you go. So get it. But listen, I decided to do this today because I wanted to, while I had this opportunity to write the book, and it's been a labor of love. It's been 20 years in the making. But I wanted to spend today with people that I respect, people that I feel like are thought leaders in whatever genre. So I've been talking to business owners, corporate executives, CEOs of nonprofit corporations, just a host of different people, men and women. And so I wanted to spend time today on a big day for me with my favorite people. And so I decided to put you late in the evening while people had a chance to go to work and get home, because lady, man, you are an amazing person in my life. I think you have saved my life a couple of times. I feel like a cat. I think you've saved my life. You've helped me. You've helped save my marriage. And so I wanted to just kind of have you on so people can hear from you and hear all the great and amazing things you have going on. You know, we've been partners for a long time, and partners in spades, and we partners in ministry. And we do a lot. And so now we partners because we both authors. So I wanted to have you on so people who know me from Detroit and Houston and other places can kind of hear who you are and hear your story and kind of what you got going on. So first of all, thank you.
Well, thank you for having me on here. I'm so proud of you, and I've just seen how much you've grown through the years, and I know how much you have to offer. So I'm just proud of you, and I want to get the word out because this is awesome book.
Yep. So thank you. So again, everybody, my book is It Takes Two, Who is Helping You Lead. And I just posted something about an hour ago on one of the quotes from the book, because a lot of people ask me, when I say a two-man, who am I talking to? And so the two-man is not gender specific. A two-man is anybody who comes alongside as a leader or an executive leader in business and ministry, in life. And these are people who help you lead. And they're people who are willing to kind of put their dreams and visions to the side for a second to help somebody else's vision become a reality. And so you are a two-man. I say I'm Pastor Darius two-man, but you really like 1B and I'm 2.
Right.
So,
No, you're right. I think it's up, 'cause when I was looking at chapter 2, you talk about the types of twos. And so when I'm looking at the different types, I think I'm probably a little bit of all of those when you start looking at it in the different roles and the different hats that I wear on a day-to-day basis.
yeah. So people don't know, and I know some of our members know, and
When people say,
we talk about you all the time, but who is Shameka Daniels? Tell us not the first lady. Tell us who you are, because I know you're a bad lady and you got a whole lot of different experiences that you bring to the table to help our organization grow. So who is Shameka?
well, I kind of look at it. Pastor did this thing a couple years ago called a life pie. And so there's a number of areas that we operate in. And so I kind of look at it as in the life pie. So as a family person, I am a wife first. That's my first ministry. I know that's what God has called me to. But then I'm a mother because I'm supposed to raise 2 boys to be God-fearing and to hopefully carry out in ministry. And then not only that, I'm a helpmate. And so as a helpmate, I don't just help at home, I help in ministry. So I'm the type of helpmate that I can help in every area. Too. I travel with Pastor. I can be his armor bearer. I'm serving him. I can do whatever I need to do. I can cook. For real, I know how to cook. I can cook, but then you need me to type up policies and procedures for something. I can do that. You need me to figure out a strategic plan. I can do that. I just can't sing, but I can do everything else.
Yeah, but you got stage presence though. So even though you can't say, it looked like you might be able to.
Right.
So take me beyond that though. Take me back. Where are you from? Who are you? Where you come from? What was your education like?
Right. Okay. So I'm a girl from Mississippi. I was raised in Jackson, Mississippi, but I got my degree at University of Southern Miss. And so I was just talking Saturday. I had an event going on, and I was explaining to people that I've been doing what I do so long, I forgot that I was doing it that way. So I can remember in college putting on events for my sorority. Somebody about the bomb was over here.
I'm trying
to. Now who is that?
I'm trying to understand how everybody has been getting a one-on-one interview today.
Number 2s though. You're number 1.
No. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Look at the boss. I'm talking to the
boss. Everybody who's watching this, don't listen to anything she's saying. Don't listen to anything he's saying. They both are in rebellion.
Yes.
Disregard.
We're in rebellion.
I'm talking to my pastor, my Orlando pastor. I don't work for you no more. I quit. I work for Shameka Daniels.
But yes, I was just saying, it's so funny. Like I've been solving problems for so long, but I can remember in college throwing different type of events, not just the events that we're not supposed to go to, not just the sorority parties, but I mean, we would have pageants and different things like that. And I was always the one responsible for putting it together. And so I've been doing this so long, it just came natural. And people don't realize I do a lot of that even at church. I'm over all the events there. And so I have a great team that comes alongside of me, a great team of volunteers everywhere in LA, in New Jersey, and now we're building in Orlando. But these are the type of things that I do. This is what I think through on a daily basis.
Yeah. So what did you go to college for?
Actually, I went to college for computer engineering. I was a programmer for the Stennis Space Center. So I was the person sitting there on my computer writing programs so the data could go to the ships. And if we start having problems on the ships, then they would notify me and I would go back through the computer and look at my code and fix it so that we would be able to get things out through the Naval Ocean. So that was my role for a long time before I became a first lady.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about that. I know, a lot of first ladies, sometimes struggle with, like, what's my role? Like, what do I do? Am I just the first lady? Or how do I bring my skills? Like a computer programmer, an event planner, like you have all these skills before Darius Daniels.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So how did you take those things and say, okay, I'm going to bring this to the table in my marriage and in my ministry?
Right. Okay. So I want to say at first, I didn't know how to do that the right way. I was trying to fit into everyone else's mold. So I was allowing people to kind of tell me what I was supposed to be doing. And it got to a point where I was so frustrated and I wasn't happy because I wasn't doing things that I was passionate about and things that truly God had called me to do. And so really after I kind of went through my own healing journey, I realized that I needed to stand on my own 2 feet and do what God called me to do. And I knew he had gifted me in certain areas. And so I was confident to walk in those areas. And so I know some people say, well, you should be up on the stage ministering more. Or you should be, you know, whatever it is they feel like first ladies should do. And for me, I just wanted to find my own. So I'm a different type of first lady, the way I look at it. I kind of fit in where I can, but with my degree in computer engineering, I do a lot with the web, the media, things like that. And then like I talked about my strategic skills, that all comes from my project management that I had to do working at the Space Center. So I'm able to apply that and work heavily with the administration of the church and with the executives. So I had to be confident in who I was to know that I had to work in my grace place, because Pastor talks about there's a grace place that you're supposed to be in. And once I knew how to get in my grace place, then I was fine. And it doesn't mean that God won't develop you in other areas, because I do believe he's developed me. I know where I started and where I am now. I'm much stronger, but I believe it's because it's a new season for me and he's opened more doors. And
That's good. That's good.
Confident in what you're and what you're gifted for.
That's good. But Neldy Benny Rios, she says, I'm still trying to find what God brought me here to do. What would you tell her to begin as she's trying to figure out what did God bring her here to do?
Well, I think I would first ask her, what are some things she's passionate about? Because I think many people feel like their purpose if it's purpose, then it has to be some type of preaching, teaching. But your purpose could be just drawing people in, ministering the word, and drawing people to God in another way. It could be at work, just maybe talking to people, encouraging them, introducing them to scriptures in a strategic way. So it just depends on what you're passionate about. I've always known that I was passionate about helping people. So it always has to do with assessment. That's something that we do. We have it on our church website. When you do your spiritual gifts assessment, it'll tell you the areas that you're strong in. And when you look at mine is helps, serving. So you'll see me over at Haiti at the orphanage serving, because that's what I love to do. So everything with mine has to do with serving and helps.
All right. Well, you open that up. So for y'all who are just kind of tuning in, I am with Shameka Daniels, author, leader, coach. I don't know what to call you in terms of like how do you define yourself? Because you're not a therapist, but you're a coach and you walk people through healing. So what's the title? Let's make up a new title.
Make up a title. Okay. So I would definitely say like a relational healing coach, because it's not just life, but it's working through relationships, because I do a lot of marriage coaching. But then I do this heart healing where there's broken areas inside of us and there's things that's happened. And I help kind of walk us to a completion state where we're able to be more healthy and function in everyday life and not be so dysfunctional. So I don't know, I think I would call it a relational health coach type thing.
Okay. And ShamikaDaniels.com, that's where they can learn about your ministry and what you do.
Yep, ShamikaDaniels.com.
Okay. So you mentioned Haiti, and I know we got some other locations that we go kind of put on the map in the next couple of years. So tell me about Haiti. How did you start that? Because you spearhead everything that we do in Haiti. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so about 6 years ago, I went over to Haiti with a group of pastors' wives, and we toured all over. We looked at different orphanages. And while we were there, it was a particular orphanage that didn't have sponsorship. And I actually called my husband from Haiti and said, hey, I can't leave here without knowing that we can sponsor. I need to know that we can sponsor this orphanage. And so he was right on board, and we've been sponsoring them for about 6 years. Our congregation gives to Project 2540 on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. But what we do is we make sure that they have water, because they didn't have water in the orphanage when we first started. So we supply water for them. monthly. We actually put a water filtration system in so that they can now take showers and flush the toilets. We make sure they have food every day to eat. So there's a lot of things that we've done there at the orphanage, but it's all because of our congregation just helping and donating to Project 2540.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, so you said you were looking at the book. So everybody, if you're watching this, It Takes Two.
Yes.
Helping you lead. You can go get it from Amazon today. Go download it. The ebook is 99 cents. Go get it today. Now,
yes.
You were talking about in the chapter where I talk about the types of tools, and I said, yes. I'm an executioner. And I said executioner, I help execute you guys' vision. I also execute enemies to that vision in whatever way you want to take it. That's what I do. But I'm also an interpreter. I'm an interpreter of you guys' vision. So when you guys are able to cast vision, I'm able to interpret it and carry those things out. Now, we all play a different part, and at any point, I can be any of them. But for you, what would you say is your dominant role? Executioner, interpreter?
So I think executor and partner would be the two that I would say are the strongest. I feel like there's a number of others. Of course, I'm a friend and he can trust and things like that. But I think executing, and it has to do with my strategic skills. So he gives us the vision, and it's like Ramone's a dreamer too. So you guys dream it up, and it's like when you pass the ball off to me, then I'm running with it. So I'm executing it. I think that would probably be the number one thing that I do. I execute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another thing, I talk about the qualities of it too. So the purpose of this book is to help leaders understand they can't do it by themselves. And if they do have help, appreciate it. But if you don't, let me help you find your 2-man or 3-man or 3-woman or whatever. So you have a unique ability because you move from a 2-man, but then you move to the 1-man in our events and our administration. So what's important to you when you're selecting people who gonna, not just to do some stuff, but I'm talking about your core, like your leadership teams. What is important to you when you pick your team to help you run these events and these high level things that we do?
Right. So when I'm looking at your qualities, I think you talk about it in chapter 3 and chapter 4. I look at someone who's humble because, and I remember Pastor Darius always tells us that you have to be in the posture of a student. I think my internet's messing up a little.
Yeah.
You good? Can you see me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Yeah. So you always have to be in the posture of a student, and that person has to be humble because there's always room to learn. And so anyone who works with me, like, we have to learn. I'm always learning. I go places, I see new things, I implement those things. So someone that is humble, you definitely have to be healthy because working with me, like, sometimes I have to be a boss. Not meaning that I'm going to be mean, but I'm moving and shaking. So when we're executing, then you got to be healthy enough to be able to execute with me. You can't wear your feelings on your shoulders at all times. You definitely have to be strategic, and everyone doesn't have to be. But sometimes I need people that I can depend on so that they can help me think through things. And then, because at any time, something can happen, and I need you to be able to think of another option. I know last week I had a couple of things, and I have to figure it out. Like, if there's a problem, then I'm the solution person. So someone that's resourceful can help me come up with different solutions. So I think those are the major things. And the last one is excellence. I believe there's details in excellence. And so I have to have someone who can be detailed so that when we pull off an event or whatever I do, it's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, we know excellence, man. We've kind of built this ministry on this whole ideal of excellence and breathtaking. So kind of share with the people when we say breathtaking, what do we mean?
Yeah, so we talk about 1 Kings when Sheba, so there was this lady who visited the palace, and when she walked in the room, it took her breath away. So she was looking at the way people served. She was looking at the type of food they had, the way they were dressed, the way they were greeting her, and everything about it took her breath away. So you think about when you walk in a nice restaurant and it is just breathtaking. It is beautiful. And so that's what we see when we see excellence. When people walk in the doors of the church, we want them to say, wow, these people were really nice to me. The greeters said hi to me 4 times. They hugged me. They welcomed me. Everything about it. The bathrooms are clean. So, those things are important. And so that's what we do. We just want to make sure that everything we do is excellent. And no, we can't always make sure that something every time is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen, but our people have been taught that we're supposed to be excellent. And so we try to do that to the best of our ability.
Yeah, and you have been a gatekeeper for us in that area. And people may, again, you a boss. You won. You the number one in a lot of areas in what we do. But I speak to that in the essence of, because like there may be things where we're talking about excellence even in appearance. And so people on stage, you don't lead the worship department, but you speak into the worship department, or, I may lead the first impressions team, but you speak into that in terms of making sure we keep that. So kind of speak to that, kind of your role in kind of a guardian of the breathtaking spirit in the house.
Right. So I think maybe it's the type of person is maybe the excellence executor. I think I noticed that everyone doesn't get their role, but it sometimes happens. It falls in my lap. And one of the things with it is you have to be able to first see excellence. So if I walk through the room or I walk in the room, I'm able to point out things immediately. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm kind of that person who makes sure that we're excellent in all areas. But also you have to know how to interact and deal with people. And so there's times where maybe someone is not up to par like they should be. So I have to be able to love them and minister to them, but at the same way, let them know, okay, this is not up to the level of excellence that we expect. And so this is how you're going to get there. And so I coach them and love them through it, but that's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do it well. You do it so well. So listen, y'all tuning in. I see more people joining. Roz Anderson. Hey.
Hey, Roz.
So my book, It Takes Two, Who Is Helping You Lead, it is out. But I'm excited, and I want to take this next moment. Let's talk about you. Is that Pastor Daniels?
No, he didn't come back in the room again. I think I got a copy of my book right in front of me.
Yeah, get your book.
Yes. Okay, so mine got the sticky tabs in it, but you see, it's Arise.
So listen, we partners in everything.
Yes.
So tell me about Arise. First of all, tell me the process, because everybody see, like, oh, they got a book, I can write a book, or I'm gonna do it because they doing it, and I speak to that kind of in my book, this ambition, this unbridled ambition. I think the spirit of my book is really to stop trying to compete. If you're number two, be a great number two. If you're number three, be a three. You don't have to be what somebody else is. But tell us the process, because a lot of people see, oh, she wrote a book. That must have been easy, and she can do it, and it don't take much to do. Tell us your process.
No, so it definitely wasn't easy, and I'm going to start with the end before I explain how I got through it. I wanted to write a book, not just to be another person to write a book, not because I was a pastor's wife, but I did this because I wanted to help people, and I really believe that sharing my story will help people relate to me and some of the things that I went through, and they will see it through their own eyes, and then they'll be able to heal as well. So I definitely believe that some of my brokenness that I went through as a young, I need to get it out there, and the best way for me to deliver the content and the message was through the book. Was through this book. So it's called Arise. It was difficult. Years ago, I had written out an outline because I knew that I was supposed to do it. Someone, I think, actually had prophesied over me that I was supposed to write my story. And I'm like, no, I'm not telling my story. But I had written the outline probably about 2 years ago. And I just wasn't ready to release it, because when you write about yourself, you got to be ready to deal with what comes with the other side of it. And because you're not always just talking about you, you're talking about other people as well. So I really had to be comfortable with what I was putting out there and ready to deal with whatever comes up with it. And then I had to be strategic about covering people, because sometimes there's things that you want to share, but you don't want to hurt someone else in the process, because I'm trying to help. All those things difficult for me, because I went back and forth on, should I write this? Should I not write this? It did take some time, but I did it. It was difficult. I'm not going to say it was easy. And especially when you're writing about yourself, maybe when you're writing about other things, but when you're writing about yourself, telling your story, it's hard. It's like pulling teeth out. But I'm glad that I did it, and I feel like already I'm getting good reports on it's helping women, and they're able to relate to the things that I've been talking about.
All right. So how do people get the book? And then because I know you're doing some other things with the book. Yes. And this is one of the things I think I shared with somebody earlier. Like, I'm excited about the book, but I'm more excited about me getting to help people get the content of the book versus just saying, oh, I got the book. I want you to learn. I want to empower you. So what are some things that you're doing? How can I get the book, number one? And then number two, what are some other things that you're offering where people can experience what you want?
So the book is available on my website, shamikadaniels.com. Or you can go on Amazon. I have the ebook and the hard copy there, and Barnes and Noble. So you can get the Barnes and Noble's ebook, or so all three, shamikadaniels.com, Amazon, or Barnes and Noble's. What I love about what I'm doing is I'm not just writing a book, because I know some people don't like reading. This is an easy read book. I've had a lot of people come and tell me that I don't read, but your book has been really easy to read. But what I also offer is a part two to this. So I do these one-day intensives. I just did one this past Saturday in New Jersey. I hope to be traveling and doing these throughout. It was from 10 to 3. We sat down and we went through each topic. I did not give any material that was in the book, so they got additional information. I went through each topic. I talked about practically how to walk through each. I had time for question and answers, and just really helping each person understand each of these issues and how to arise from them.
Awesome. I'm gonna hear some comments real quick. So here, Shakitra Smith, Arise is doing everything you intended and more, lady.
Yes.
Is doing that for her, and she's being blessed. Marquita, what's up, Marquita? I know baby girl getting ready to go to Alabama State.
Yay!
Hey, you, come on. I'm rocking with y'all. I gotta see her. I got a mentor program down there. So when I'm at Alabama State, I go see her. She says, I love y'all so much. I can personally say that my life has been forever changed from this ministry. Keep up the great work, First Lady and Pastor Ramone. Encouraging words.
That's right.
Talk to me. So you got the book, and you healing people through kind of relationship healing and heart healing and stony heart stuff, and you doing this intensive. Like, what has been some of the greatest joy for you? Because I know I've seen you grow.
Right.
I've witnessed transformation with you, and not just you, because you've always been a cool person, but just as you've experienced healing, it's like a different peace has come with you. That's calmness. That's man, it's just a freedom. It seems like that you're walking in now. Yes. But I'm also starting to see that with the women that you lead. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about the joy and the satisfaction that you get from seeing some of the people who were hard, who were hurt, who joined our ministry, but now you're starting to see them blossom and arise, I guess.
Right. Exactly. So I think it kind of starts with me. I know that through some of my brokenness, I wasn't as open to receive love. I always gave love, but I wasn't as open to receive love. And after this process of me arising, then it just made my heart open. And so it made me more relational. And I know now, even with our mission statement at the church, we're trying to develop a spiritual family who leads, loves. And so with this spiritual family piece, I look at everyone like family now. So when I'm working with women and I'm going through these Arise events and I'm doing other events with them, I'm looking at them like they're a family member of mine, and I want to get them whole just like I'm whole. And so I mean, there's some of the women at our church, they came and they were having a hard time in their relationships. They had gone through divorce, broken, going through depression, and now they're doing well. They have promotions on their jobs. They have relationships with their children. They actually are able to co-parent with their exes. So it's so many different people that are telling me their story, and I just love hearing people, their story, them being healed, them being free. Because when you're able to give and receive love, that's a whole different story. And I know even my relationships have been just around the level now. And I know it wasn't like that before, but it was because I had to work out some things within me. And so now I'm able to spread that with other people and kind of get them to that place as well.
Incredible, y'all. This is Shameka Daniels, ShamikaDaniels.com. She is amazing. Shamika, talk to us a little bit about just some stuff that we kind of got going on at Change Church, like some of the new endeavors that we're embarking upon. And what's up at Change Church?
Okay, so we're excited about our different campuses at Change Church. So we have our UN campus in New Jersey, our West Hampton campus in New Jersey, and then we have an extension site in LA. I'm super excited about that. We go out a couple of times a year and do live change nights, but they also meet every Sunday morning and stream online. And then when they're done, they have big idea groups where they talk about the message. And it's just building a community out there. And then we just had our first interest meeting for Change Orlando last week. And I'm super excited about that. We had a great response. People showing love. They want to be a part. And so we're ready to jump in. We're going to start building our core and we're ready to roll.
Yep. Cherie Gray says, still processing from Saturday's Arise One Day event. Blessed beyond words of expression.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Cherie.
Alina, West Hampton in the house. Heather Jackson, woo-hoo, Orlando. All right, so let's talk about Orlando.
Yes.
Because I told Pastor Daniels, I am no longer his two-man. I'm resigning. I am now work for Shameka Daniels.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing in Florida, don't do it without me. But,
that's right.
but tell me about Orlando and like kind of what's some of the stuff that you excited about? What can people expect? Like if they're in the Orlando area, how do they plug in? Like tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm excited about the people here, the culture. This is a hungry culture. So even when we did our first night, it was kind of like a DNA day when we just talked about the church, but they were ready. Like they ready to come back tomorrow if they could. So I'm just excited about the hunger of the people. And I know this area, it needs us. It needs Darius Daniels. He has a message. And he's a different type of speaker. He talks practical. I always talk about with him. I've been in church all my life. I know the Bible backwards and forwards, but when I met Darius Daniels, he taught me how to apply these scriptures to my life and help me practically. And so I feel like that's what we're bringing to this area. We're bringing a new level of worship, and I mean, we're just excited about it. Right now, we're doing our core. So anyone who's interested in being a part of the core team, just being a part of the volunteers startup, we're going to do bi-weekly studies, get-togethers. So if you want more information, you can go on our website, www.lifechange.org/Orlando. You'll see, if not, you just go to lifechange.org and click on Orlando. It'll be some information there. You can submit your information and we'll get back with you. Our campus pastor, Brandon, will be the one getting in touch with you, letting you know the next time we're meeting up. So we're building. That's what we're doing right now.
All right. Well, again, everybody, man, you got two authors on here. You got partners. We do life together. We're partners. I'm so excited about who she is and what she's doing and who she's becoming and just the major impact that you're making all over this world. And I feel like just as I, was able to understand my role and accept my position. I'm a two-man and I'm a true essence of the word, and I want to help develop two men and women all over this country. You found your sweet spot. You found your place and you're walking in it. So just kind of speak. I mean, I guess give your interpretation of the book. When you heard me say it takes two, who's helping you lead in two men, like what was your interpretation of it? What did you think I was writing about?
So the first thing I thought about is when you said it takes two, me being a helpmate, I know that I come alongside my husband to help to carry out the vision. So when I heard it takes two, I thought about that's the second person who's helping him carry out the vision. And I think that's what made me so excited about it, because I knew other people needed to hear it. Everyone always wants to be the number one, but it's not bad to be the number two. Like, I love helping support my husband and making sure his vision doesn't fall, that it's carried out. So I feel like you need a number two just as much as you need a one, because sometimes it takes two. And then the scriptures say when one falls, then the other one is there. So you always need two people around.
Absolutely. Well, come on in. Preach my book for me, Shameka Daniels. Yes. Arise. You just did this amazing, man, listen. I've been doing ministry longer than you.
Yes.
And you've seen more now because you're traveling all over the world, but I've been doing ministry longer. I have not personally seen a women's conference done the way that it was done. Now, I know people can say, well, there's some other place they might have 10,000 people.
Right.
Their facility is a whole lot larger, but just what you were able to do with the Lioness Arise in that 2-day conference, the first conference, was outstanding. It was, man, one of the best that I have seen. The way it was done and executed was just fantastic. What was the vision behind Lioness Arise?
So when I started writing the book Arise, there was something that Pastor and I had just been talking about for a while. And I know for me that you have to be strong. You have to be a woman that is ready to step out and walk in your calling. And even when I wrote the book, I knew that I was going to have to come from behind the scenes to really step out and push the book and arise and be that lioness. And so that lioness is fearless. She's courageous. And so as we were just talking through it, I don't even know how it happened, but we just talked about, hey, you know what? We should do a conference, and it's time for the lioness to arise. So we are now lioness, and we're those women who have the courage, who are fearless, and who's going to walk out and do what we've called to do it. And so, I was inspired that way, and from there, my creativity started playing a part, and we put on a 2-day event that was our first time doing a 2-day event. So on Friday night, we had a pre-show where the women came out. They played games, they had music, they had contests, they had gifts, and then we also had a stylist to come in and talk about how they can arise in their style. And then we had Nicole Crank, which is a friend of mine. She was an amazing speaker. She killed it. We had our Jovita Shepherd, our worship leader. She did a crazy set just for women. She did the song Roar. So it was just so many different aspects of it. And then on Saturday, we came back to our West Hampton campus and we had workshops. And so I did a workshop on Arise. And then we had Deborah Hall, which is a businesswoman. She is a boss chick. She did a workshop called Arise in Business. And she just talked about who's on your board. Like she says, everyone needs to have their own board. And she talked about who's on their board and just explained those things to us. It just really helped us as women be able to succeed and go to that next level in whatever we're doing. And then we had our stylist, Robin Michelle, who talked about style.
She's on here.
She's on there. Hey, Robin. So Robin talked about style, and she was so helpful for the women. They loved it. And I mean, it's something that we're thinking about, hey, it might be time for us to bring it back for next year. We're really praying about it. That's how great the conference was.
It was. We got to figure out we got to go 3 cities. We got to go Jersey, LA, Orlando.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Conference tour, 3 cities.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, y'all listen. Y'all have been blessed by the presence of the boss. I've been sitting there jamming this Beyonce and Jay-Z album on Tidal, and they got a song called Boss. And I said, oh, that's my First Lady theme song right there. Boss. You exemplify. You a boss. You a lion. You a lioness. You a king. You a 2-man. You know, it's no labels.
That's right.
Put a label on you. You can be a king if you want to. You can be a lion. You can be a 2-man. You don't fit nobody's mold. And let me just say this from, a partner, a friend, a subordinate, a son, a brother. I think I'm everything.
Right.
And I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you so much, Ramone. Thank you for believing in me and just for supporting me and pushing me. I know at times that you would be on me like, okay, what you doing? What you doing? How you getting it out there? So I just appreciate that. It means a lot. Yeah. Well,
all right, y'all. So thank you, Shameka Daniels, for joining me tonight. Again, everybody, Amazon, the book is there today.
Get your copy.
Go get it. Oh, and thank you, too. I think, as you being my leader, I talk about in the book, and me and your husband talk about it, about number ones and leaders being healthy enough to share.
Right.
to share, number one, influence and authority sometimes, because sometimes you may be out of town and you have to delegate responsibility to me. But thank you for entrusting me with leadership. But then also thank you and your husband for sharing your platform and your stage with me. And you guys can trust that I'm gonna manage it wisely. And I just feel like, man, we in this thing for life. So
that's right. We all in it together till the wheels fall off.
That's right. That's how we ride. And now we got to put a hit out on Pastor Philip in Atlanta.
That's right. He cheated playing spades. He did. The pastor.
Laquan Holden and Jackie Holden. Don't mess with Pastor Philip. He cheats.
Look, he cheated. We want a rematch. We're gonna play this one again. We're gonna show you.
That's right. Well, all right, Shamika. Thank you, lady. I'm proud of you. Go get her on ShamikaDaniels.com. It will bless your life. Arise. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.